What is up, Star Seeds? It's Sid.
Welcome to my channel. I just want to say really quick that I have so many different playlists on so many different topics that you should really go check out and see if there's another topic that you're interested in that I do videos on, because I talk about so many different things. I also want to say that if you click on any one of my videos, that you can go in the description of that video to all of my links. Use an eco-friendly search browser, please, but you can find literally all of my links. I do astrology reports, readings, qhht sessions, and so much more. But without further ado, let's get into today's video.
Why the aliens won't just land, which is a question I get asked a bunch, and I think is a very common question people have when they hear that you're into extraterrestrials and all of that. If there are other intelligent forms of life, why don't they show themselves? Why don't they just land on Earth and say, hey, we are here? Well, there's actually a bunch of reasons for this, and I can't think of one reason why they would just land, frankly. If you can think of a reason why they would want to just land besides proving to us that they're real, please comment it down below, because I can't think of a single one. But they actually have almost just landed on the White House lawn. I've heard a few different people say, I'll believe it once they just land on the lawn of the White House. They almost did, you guys. They flew right above it. And I feel like they do this very frequently, but there was a major sighting. And I'm going to refer you guys to the Netflix series. I'm gonna comment the name down below. It'll be right here. Okay, I don't want to mess up the name, but look on the screen. There it is. It's like declassified, articles and videos and pictures and just stories that have been declassified, because there is a law that after a certain number of years, things that are classified pertaining to UFOs and unidentified flying objects, that they have to be released. So it's getting to be that time where they're being released, and there has been so many pages and pages of these notes that have been written by government officials. Check out that Netflix show. Let's get to answering this question. Like I said, I can't think of a reason why they would just present themselves physically to the public and just land. That doesn't make any sense to me. You have to see this from their perspective, which, trust me, I understand. It's very hard to put yourself into a higher dimensional being's shoes and feel what they're feeling and kind of see it from their perspective. It's hard, I get it, especially when we're in such a dense body on such a dense planet. You need to understand the science behind this. If you think about the possibility of extraterrestrial life, you also have to think about the possibility that they might not be in these carbon-based bodies. They might not be in these meat sacks. They might be made of some completely different substance. They might have materials on their planet. They might not live on a planet. They might have materials in their world, per se, that are different than what we're used to here on Earth and in these bodies. Their science might be completely different, and turns out it is pretty different. It's pretty advanced from ours. But there are so many different extraterrestrial races. There's so many different planets that have life on it. There's so many different species that are so advanced that they don't even live on the planet anymore. And you're probably wondering, how do I know these things? It goes beyond what science on Earth can currently explain. It deals with energetics, okay? This is energetic science. This is where science and spirituality come together to make sense, because you can't have real spirituality that isn't real science. And you can't really have science that doesn't involve spirituality once you get to this high of a vibration that we're talking about, that these extraterrestrial beings are vibrating on. And this gets to my main point, that the reason they can't just land and come into contact with us is because of their vibration. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. I'll leave a link to my vibrational frequencies playlist down below, but literally everything vibrates. Us as humans vibrate, animals vibrate, every single object vibrates. Your phone's vibrating, your computer, your TV, however you're watching this. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. And so do extraterrestrial beings. Their frequency is much higher. Okay, and you've probably heard of stories of people who have come into contact with UFOs and there's radiation and these humans get hurt by the radiation. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. That's close. It's a good kind of similar correspondence that I can make for you to sort of understand this in a more physical way. But this is energetics I'm talking about. So their energetics wouldn't physically harm us. I'm talking about most extraterrestrial beings and intelligent other alien forms of life. Physically, they wouldn't just hurt us being in their presence, but emotionally, it would overwhelm us. Think about when you see a spider, you might get scared depending on who you are. Now I'm at a point where I love spiders. I will pick up a spider and put it outside. If I see it in my house or something, I will just kind of relocate. Here you go, friend. Go be free, you know. But you have to be comfortable with bugs, obviously, just for seeing an alien that kind of looks like a giant bug to us, possibly, depending on the race, right? You have to be used to bugs. And also vibrationally, the most important thing. We're here in this 3D, 4D world. They might be vibrating in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th dimension, or even higher. We are on 2 different levels, and they're higher than us, okay? Vibrationally speaking. They're way up here, we're way down here. If they were to make contact, they would have to choose to lower their vibration. Us as humans, we're at a point where we can't really vibrate higher than 4D, maybe 5D. So for us to come into contact, we have to meet at this middle ground, which would be 4D or 5D, to make contact, which they probably wouldn't really like because they're used to being up here and they like it. That's why they choose to be up there. But they would have to choose to come down here. That would still be high. We would still meet in the middle at 4 or 5D. That would freak us out because that's higher than we're used to. We would get flooded with these emotions, fears, traumas that we have to work through in order to come up to that 4D, 5D level of vibration that we're not used to. To be vibrating in the 5th dimension, you have accepted and worked through all of your weird unconscious traumas, okay? And if you don't know what that means, that's okay. This is another reason why the aliens won't just land. But you have to have worked through all of this crap to be up here at their level. They've worked through that crap already. But you would be flooded with this emotion because to vibrate that high, you have to have worked through that. You would immediately have to go through all of that and you would get confused. You would think that they're doing that to you when I guess they sort of are, but they really aren't. It's just you working through that. They're not trying to purposely do that to you. But that is the main reason why they won't just land. Also, chaos would break out because there would be people who would be scared because if they got that close and they worked through that trauma and it scared them because they weren't ready to work through it, they would want to kill these extraterrestrial beings. They would be intimidated by them. They wouldn't want them here on Earth. And, the aliens would probably just leave because they can, because they're more advanced than us, to most of them, and they don't want to deal with that. Why would they take the time out of their day to come try to enlighten us animals? Because I feel like we are kind of like intelligent animals to them. We're like pigs or dogs or monkeys, okay? I think we were monkeys, and some aliens chose to come down and mix their DNA with us monkeys at the time, and then, hey, it created humans. What do you think you get when you mixed a monkey face together and an alien face together? It looks like me, right? It looks like a human. Total side note, but anyways, that is why they don't just land. They are smarter than that. They know we're not ready for that. We have to come up to this vibration to meet in the middle before they're going to come and make contact. That's why people who have made contact with extraterrestrials have done so in multiple different little snippets of time, okay? That's why when we get abducted, we don't usually remember. We get what we are able to go through. What we're strong enough for, we will get, okay? That's just how it is. And they're being very smart with this, and I think they would love to make contact with us and help us to achieve a higher vibration and help save the planet and save the universe, because we are damaging the universe with what we're doing to our planet, and we're damaging our planet, which is so abundant in all these great resources like water and gold and all of these nice natural things that we have here on Earth. We're taking advantage of and we're ruining. So I just wanted to make this video and tell you guys that, you know, we have to raise our vibration in order for aliens to just land. And for us to just have just disclosure from our government. I feel like disclosure is already happening. You know, these files are being released. They have been released. We have our proof. Disclosure is already happening. But I don't think a president is just going to come out and say, hey, yeah, we've been lying to you for so many years, but sorry about that. Aliens are real. It would just totally collapse the society and the governmental structure that we have currently. So that's why. And if you guys have any other points that I forgot, please comment them down below. I'll like it. I'll reply. I'll give it a thumbs up. So thank you for watching. I want to think if I have anything else I want to say, but I mean, that is pretty much it. There is so many reasons why extraterrestrial beings don't want to just land here. You know, we're killing our own people. I can't imagine, I don't want to imagine what we would do to some alien race that came down when we can't even just love other humans and animals here on our planet already. That's why, you guys. I think it's pretty much common sense at this point. If I were an alien, I definitely wouldn't want to land here on Earth until humans were more advanced and ready. So, I don't know. Let's prepare. Let's raise our vibe, right? Thank you guys for watching. Check out that show on Netflix if you're a Netflix show watching person. Love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.